What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Open Field. If you guys are in the chat, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Get some Players Choice merch, man. We got hoodies, beanies, dad hats, all that good stuff, man. So go ahead and get you some merch. How's everybody feeling today, man?
Man, good, man, good.
It is
my bracket's already cooked, bro.
Yeah, it's already cooked. Well, Tegan, I did, like I said, I'm not going to put the actual number out there, but it's over 20, and shockingly, none of mine are cooked yet.
You did 20 brackets, bro. See, that's a problem.
I give myself two. I give myself two. One biased one for A&M, and then like realistic one.
So look, let me say this, man. For every single me, G baby, give me the single.
I got you. I'll give you it right now.
Hey, look, let me say this. First and foremost, for everybody, I wasn't here Tuesday. I'm sorry to get the $10 Tuesdays going. But today we will do $10 Thursdays for everybody in the chat that want to get up here, debate, get some money in your cash app, pop out. Y'all know the rules. If you're up here, you got to say something. If you don't, you go to the goulash. Okay? If you say something wild and you can't back it up, you go to the goulash. You understand what I'm saying? So, again, if y'all want to get up here, we're going to do $10 Thursdays today. Y'all know the rules. Battle it out. 3-piece. 4 rounds, first to 2. The final guy's gonna match up, but y'all can basically debate whether y'all want to keep y'all 10 or y'all can battle it out, and then one person get 20 who win that final round. So, hey man, if you're out there, you want to talk football, you want to get some money in your cash app, come on up here, man. We put the link in the chat, man. Come on up here.
Yes, the link is in the chat, as early just explained. It is $10 Thursdays instead of Tuesdays, so y'all pull up, man. First and foremost, though, man, can we Lions cornerback Cameron Sutton just got released.
As he should.
Obviously, because he's got some bigger fish to fry right now. But I do want to ask, so now that most likely he's probably not coming back, we'll see how this situation gets resolved. But man, the Lions, man, they just traded for Carlton Davis. Obviously, secondary was one of their weak points. So what do the Lions need to do from here? Because I don't know what's going on with them at this point. It's like they take one step forward, take another step back.
It's looking like they're going to need to trade up. I don't know if they're going to be able to talk Gilmore into coming to Detroit.
Well, why not? Why not? That's what they need.
I don't know if Gilmore views them as a contender or not. It's all in Gilmore's playing field at that point.
If you can, here's the thing. That's my thing. If you can go get, you got 2 guys out there you can get right now, and because you might have to pay Stephon a little bit of bread, but nothing crazy. Tre'Davious White is right there for the picking, okay? And this is a proven year. I'm not going to pay you $20 million a year. I'm going to give you a little 7-piece with some incentives if you play the whole season. You come over here. Now, listen, this is the time, this free agency, this draft, this is the time to really boister what you got going on. And if you are that close, and the Lions are really a defensive backfield away from winning a Super Bowl. I truly believe that. So if they can get them and bring them on, man, that'd be a good situation. Go look for Stephon. Go get Tre'Davious White. These are great corners. And the Lions are. If you don't think the Lions are contenders, you're tripping. They've gone easy way at the division this year. For my
Mookie, you don't think the Lions are contenders?
So you think the Lions is better than the 49ers?
No, but they're still contenders.
All right. So if you're not better than the 49ers, you're not contenders.
What?
Right?
There's only so wait.
That's like saying you.
If you can't come close, hold on. If you can't come close to the 49ers, you're not serious contenders. You can't beat the 49ers. Hold on. The thing is, the 49ers played their worst brand of football in the first half of that game in the playoffs and the NFC Championship game. Once they turned on, they was easily the better team. So even who the Lions get, right? It's not a needle mover enough to push them over the 49ers. And you got to look at the other teams in the NFC that's getting better as well, bro. So, like I sat in there and said, chat, like it is what it is. Like, they're not better than the 49ers. Do you think they're better than the Eagles? The Eagles gotten better. You know what I'm saying? Defensively, you know what I'm saying? They added some pieces. You know what I'm saying? That can fix the linebacker play and also fix the secondary that they lack as well. So they getting better as well. And they also got a great they added some pieces in the secondary.
So can I?
And Devin White ain't fixing anything.
Hold on. Didn't CJ Gardner-Johnson just got back on the team?
Yeah, he's back.
CJ Gardner-Johnson, you gotta understand when CJ Gardner-Johnson.
CJ Gardner-Johnson, is he not coming off an ACL tear?
Well, listen. This
I
is
mean,
the thing.
did he not play in the
One
playoffs?
mic, guys. One mic. And it's Garner Johnson. Move, pronounce it, Garner. You said
Yeah,
Garner.
you know what I mean. But what I'm saying is this:
I
is
thought it
that
was
they
CD
also
Hughes now.
improving the linebacker play. They signed a big linebacker as well. So
Devin White, yay.
Devin White. Listen, on the Eagles team, Devin White was an ex-Pro Bowler, like the fastest linebacker in the league. Let's not act
Devin
like
White.
He's not good.
Devin
not
White
good.
has been good once in his career, and it was that one playoff run when they won the bowl.
It wasn't just a
And
playoff run.
even
It was
then,
the entire
you
but
can
he was-
mainly say
it was
it was
the entire
Levante
season.
David doing all the work because he was the one being asked to guard Travis Kelce, not Devin White.
But hold on, but when you look at Devin White fixes their linebacker play. Devin White is a really, really good coverage run linebacker, and he's really good at stopping the run. So I like
Not
Devin
really,
White.
really good at it.
I think
Honestly, he's not
Devin
really
White
good
is
at
really,
it.
really good on the Philadelphia Eagles, bro. I like Devin White.
I mean, he's better than what they
Here's my thing
had.
about the Lions.
Yeah,
Here's-
but-
here's my thing about the Lions
Gee.
that I want to say. You
Gee.
said that the 49ers played their worst ball in that first half, and I agree. They didn't play that well. However, can you not also say the Lions played extremely well in the first half instead of not giving them
But the
credit?
thing is, extremely well was not good enough to beat the 49ers. That's
Yes,
the thing.
and what was the reason why? It was because of the fact that cornerback room just fell apart.
And I
cornerback
can
room
sit there and
fell
say that, and I can sit there and say Kyle Shanahan called his worst game in that first half as well, and that's the reason why they was down as well. So, like I said,
But this is the thing that Kyle Shanahan does a lot. Kyle Shanahan does this a lot.
At the end of the day,
As much as I love Kyle, and he's without question a top 3 coach in the league. As much as I love Kyle, he has those moments where he just falls apart.
most
That's why
definitely.
he'll never be better than Andy Reid.
But
still.
listen. At the end of the day, if you are a top 5 team in your conference, dog, you are a contender. Mook. Like if you are top
no, I disagree.
Like to say,
It-
here's
no,
the
hold
thing.
on.
Hey,
If
wait, wait,
you don't have the roster, hold on. If you don't have the roster to compete with the best team in the NFC, they've been the best team in the NFC for the last 4 to 5 years. If you don't have the roster,
They have the roster though.
So Mookie,
They have the roster.
I disagree.
Mookie,
They
here's
don't
where
have the
I'll-
roster to beat the 49ers. That's
Mookie,
what
They
here's
do
where-
though.
Mookie,
They
who-
do.
here's
They
where
almost
I will-
did it.
Mookie, here's where I
because
will
they play
push
their
back.
worst brand of football, man. You gotta
Wait,
understand.
Mookie,
Go
this
ahead.
is where I'll push back because you're right. I hear you when it comes to the fact that the 49ers played their worst football in the first half. I would argue, even in that second half, right? Even though, yes, the 49ers obviously turned it up and got better, like no questions asked. They took advantage of some turnovers, which as a team you're supposed to do. When you're that good, that's what you're supposed to do. I also would attribute it that even with the 49ers making that comeback and all that, the Lions watching that game, they were still making good drives. It was just Dan Gamble wouldn't take his points as opposed to trying to go for it. And even when he did go for it, receivers dropped passes and Jared Goff got pressure on one of them.
G-Baby. You're proving my point. You're proving my point even more, though.
Mookie, that's what I'm trying to say. Don't you think,
They were
even with all that, because the Lions lost by what, 3? If they just take their points, they win by 3. You feel me?
Also, did Kansas
that,
City? Wait. Did Kansas City even have a close roster, like a clearly better roster than the 49ers? No.
Defensively, they were better than the 49ers.
Offensively, not even close. Not even
Okay,
close.
Offensively, it's not close.
Yeah,
It's
but
not even comparable.
okay, but the thing that you gotta understand, defensively, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl because obviously how great Mahomes is, but their defense was the needle mover, bro. I think the Chiefs had like what, a top three defense in the NFL right in the postseason. You know what I'm saying? The postseason they was really, really good. So, that's the thing about the 49ers is that, this team is going to be in the Super Bowl next year. They just got to get over the hurdle of the Chiefs, man, and that's something that has been rolling down for the 49ers.
I don't think people understand how much that roster is going to regress next season. No one wants to talk about it, but they're losing a good amount. They're losing almost all. They're losing Gregory. They're losing Chase. They're losing some secondary pieces.
Chase.
The offense.
Let's be real.
What if they trade IU?
That offensive line is not good. I don't know why people think it's average. It's not good. What if Trent Williams regresses even more? And he's still a top 3 tackle. Don't get me wrong. But every other part of that offensive line is bad. That was the reason
what pick does the 49ers have? What pick did
31st?
They got a 34th race pick. I trust the 49ers.
Could I not say the Lions have picked 29 to get a corner?
Okay, but it's the thing. I trust the 49ers development staff to develop these players to be great pieces for the team as well.
Did we forget about Trey Lance?
Did you not?
No, not the quarterback. I'm talking about from the defensive side of the ball. I trust them getting another piece.
With the draft, they just drafted Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell, Brian Grant.
And that's why I sat there and said, what did that get them in the biggest moment?
Got them to the conference championship.
Okay, and it did, and they didn't close the deal. They had a 3-touchdown lead. You had a 3-touchdown lead. You had a 3-touchdown lead. You had the opportunity of beating them and going to the Super Bowl. And Dan Campbell choked.
Could I not say when the Eagles beat the Niners that basically what you're trying to say is because the Eagles beat the Niners in that one conference championship, they're not going to do it again because they had the chance last year. That's basically what you're trying to say.
I've been trying to tell y'all that the Eagles was fraud. They were not a good team last year.
But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when they made the Super Bowl in that conference championship. They beat up the 49ers. Even if Brock Purdy was healthy, I still think they win that game.
No, I heavily disagree.
They were clearly the better team in my eyes. That's just
heavily disagree.
What I'm trying to say is this 49ers roster is not perfect. The offensive line is weak. The secondary is weak. They're losing pieces on the defensive line. No one wants to talk about it, but their D tackles are not good. You know why the 49ers are an above average run defense? It's because they have the best linebacker duo in football.
And that receiver,
Greenlaw just towards
defending the run. Javon Kinlaw can't defend the run, and neither can Javon Hargrave. They cannot stop the run if their life depended on it. If it wasn't for those linebackers,
and Greenlaw,
the thing that you don't understand is that they still can. The free agency is not over, right? They can still go get pieces in free agency, and they also can draft a D tackle as well. So I got to assess the 49ers roster when it's preseason and how they look. But the thing is that I trust their organization. I trust their development staff, and I trust the 49ers that they're going to be in this position again. You got to understand.
Mookie, in fairness to you, what you're saying isn't wrong. Like, if we're going to look at the history of the organizations, yeah, we're trusting San Francisco over Detroit. Maybe not Philly, but I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. However, I feel like the same points you're using for San Fran, you can still use for Detroit, because even though we talked about Cam Sutton getting released, they can easily still go draft one. Early mentioned it earlier, you can get a Trey White on a 1-year deal with incentives. You can get a Stephon Gilmore who hasn't re-signed yet. You can get somebody to help out with that. And if they get one of those guys.
But G-Baby, how about this? What y'all not talking about? At the end of the day, we're looking at also cap room too. This is a pay that man summer for the 49ers. You're going to have to play Brock Purdy. You're going to probably have to pay Ayuk. Like, the Lions ain't got to pay nobody right now. So who got more cap space to get players? It's a lot of guys on the 49ers who got to get their check this year. You had to pay up this year. You think
Ayuk? What's CMC's contract?
What about Justin? You think Justin Simmons, they can go get their hands?
Let him go another season.
Dude, the Niners don't have money to go really get anybody, dude. They just don't. They don't have the money to go get. The Lions are still top 10 in cap space. Even with how good their team are, their Lions are still top 10 in cap space.
And Justin Simmons, and Mookie, to your point, Justin Simmons, I don't think they can afford to pay him.
They can't.
The 49ers can't afford to pay him.
No.
And unless Justin Simmons is just like, I want to go win a chip, let me go play unless he does that. But by all accounts, he didn't. I think even there was reports, the first place he wanted to go was Pittsburgh to play next to
He's going to the Steelers.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Hey, man.
We looking at Fred Warren. We looking at Ward. We looking at Brock Purdy. We looking at Ayuk. There's some niggas that need to be paid over there.
It's been reports saying they're chopping Brandon Ayuk. So Brandon Ayuk, they trying to get rid of Brandon Ayuk.
They still got to pay guys.
So that makes the team even
wide receiver one.
So that makes the team even worse.
It's not going. The team is not going to be worse because they're going to be more of a run-heavy offensive scheme. They're going to be a run-heavy offense.
But how you going to do that when the offensive line is so bad?
Kyle Shanahan was open up the playbook, implement more passing plays. So now they're going to be more run-heavy, bro, because you're using the top-tier wide receiver in Brandon Ayuk. So you're going to be more run-heavy with Deebo Samuels, with George Kittle, and you got
in fairness, even with their O-line as bad as we say it is, they've always been a run-first team. And even without CMC, they were effective with Mostert. And Elijah Mitchell was doing a little something before they traded for CMC. So, in fairness, the 49ers are still going to be run first. My only thing is because let's be real. They're gonna if you said the 49ers aren't gonna at the very least get back to the chip game, the conference chip game, like we've seen they did it with worse teams, they've done it with worse rosters than this. So I'm not shocked. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't be crazy. Right. I just think, you know how like last year we were saying, oh, the NFC's weak, NFC's this and the third. I think it's gotten better across the board. I think the Packers are going to be a team that you might not want to play. Shoot, if Jordan Love doesn't turn into Brett Favre on that last drive, they might win that game.
I think the Packers is better than the Lions.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'll argue.
I ain't going that far.
Go that far.
The improvements that they made on that team this free agency.
I will argue that is the
they downgraded running
with the Lions and the Packers. That's a contender, but we got to be real with each other. Got to be real. We forgetting about a team, and I ain't gonna lie. Trent has said it, and I wasn't going for it at first, but now they've got me with the field. My boy, Caleb Williams coming to the Bears with the Bears.
Y'all overrating Caleb Williams, bro. Y'all overrating him. Please stop overrating Caleb Williams, please, bro.
Hey, Mookie, think
you're just gonna be wrong. He's gonna be a bust.
Okay, wait. So Mookie, let me ask you a question.
I hate when people say someone's gonna be a bust before they get
drafted. Instead of Caleb, let's say the Bears get Drake May. Then what?
Oh, they'll be. I ain't gonna lie. They'll be kind of. There'll be a team that I ain't gonna lie, I will fear them in the NFC, bro. I mean, but I don't think they're gonna be. The Bears to me, bro, is something. I like how the pieces that they made offensively, but defensively, is something that I'm really really worried about with that team as well. I just don't think that they have an elite level defense to contend down in the postseason.
That defense is the reason why the front office still
Bears?
No. Yes, I don't think the Bears have an elite level. If you think the Bears have an elite level,
the Bears will play like a top 5 defense towards the end of the year. Though.
Yeah, the second half.
Yeah, but that's only a small sample size. We talking about We talking about from a full. I'm talking about from a full. That's what I'm saying. I got to see how they defense perform in the totality of the regular season, and see how they can progress throughout in the deep postseason runs if they make it. But like I sat there and said, I don't think Caleb Williams is the guy that y'all going to be thinking that he's going to be Mahomes. I think that he's going to have this Mahomes type rookie level production. I think y'all.
He doesn't need to be
well, okay. So
he's
already getting
talented. Well, that's where his comparisons are, and I don't think he's Patrick Mahomes
those
at
comparisons are by the media who do stuff for clickbait.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Well,
so
I don't see.
I've been saying for months his comp is Kyler, and I still stand by
that. I agree with that. I think it's Kyler, and you got to make sure.
Okay, but remember too,
Carson Wentz.
Kyler is a very good quarterback when he's healthy.
Mookie, even with what you're saying, if his comp is Kyler Murray, even though they didn't really win that much, Kyler Murray was balling his rookie year, won offensive rookie year with a way worse team.
Worse.
If you and we'll get on to the.
Now that you're here, better than Kyler Murray.
No. Listen to me. I'm not saying I don't think he. Well, as prospects, yes.
You mean coming out of college?
As a prospect, yes.
Kyler is 5'8", bro. Can we stop with this? He stays hurt. He doesn't know how to slide. Like, it's a reason why the Cardinals haven't played him in a while.
Wait. Did you just say
I just gotta let y'all know. Hold on. We gotta form the people here.
Did you just say
the Bears?
Hold on. Doesn't know how to slide?
Hold on. We got to form the people here because y'all try to make it seem like the Bears have this great defense. Last year they was a 20th ranked defense and they were not even top 10 in yards, by the way.
What were they in the second half of the season? What were they in the second half?
You're funny, Mookie. But Mookie, overall, this is my point. Even if you want to say his comp is Kyler Murray, you're giving Caleb Williams, assuming he goes to the Bears, you're giving him Keenan Allen, who just came off a career year. You're giving him DJ Moore. You're giving, you can say what you want about Swift. It's still better than Khalil Herbert.
Cole Kmet.
So, and Cole Kmet is a nice little piece. So now you have a nice little trio and a defense that even if I give you, like, they weren't top 10 last year, I think they're getting better. And they're definitely on the rise. So, like you said, we do got to see what that defense looks like. And but that alone, if he just comes in and we don't even got to say he's Mahomes. If he just comes in and let's say he's Kyler Murray, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be hard for me to see them not making the playoffs.
And also the thing
if he's just Kyler Murray,
if he's just Kyler Murray,
and his ceiling is higher than Kyler.
Yeah, and also the thing is, if we compare the Bears situation compared to other number one picks, like
by far the best.
This Bears situation is way better than Bryce Young's situation last year and Trevor Lawrence's situation when he came in the league. Who else was the number one pick?
Joe Burrow,
come on.
Huh?
What? Yeah, but it's the thing. This is the thing that you gotta understand.
Talk about the Chargers and how your man ain't got no receivers, and who we gonna throw the ball to? Talk about your greatness. We
was gonna get onto that next. So we can get to it now. But
I want to say one thing about the Bears, and I'm gonna go to the Chargers. The thing about the Bears to me, bro, like yes, they got the weapons. You know what I'm saying? They're in a much better situation than what Fields are. But the thing is, I got to see that defense, bro, because if they're gonna just make this leap and this jump to a top 10 defense performing throughout the whole totality of the season, then maybe they will have a chance. But when you're looking at the Packers, who have a better defense, when you're looking at the Lions, who has a better defense as well, right? I mean, those teams, and also with they have the pieces that are staying the same as well, right? Those are the teams that I would think the Bears, if Caleb Williams come in and shocks me because I don't think he's that great enough. I don't think his play is going to translate at the NFL level at a high level where that's going to influence to great offenses in the league, bro. Because I think there's a lot of issues that he has to work on. But other than that, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not, huh?
Why don't you think he's great? Elaborate on that. Don't just say it. Why?
I think he's a crash dummy quarterback. I think that when his first read is not there, he likes to drop back and just scramble around playing backyard football, not willing to stand in the pocket, read defenses at a high level. His processing speed is not that good to me at an elite level. What I'm saying? The way that he holds the ball, his mechanics is absolutely just terrible. And at the end of the day, bro, I mean, I don't prefer the style of football. I don't. Now, does he have this talent where he can make off-platform throws and throw out, make throws, torquing his body and all that stuff? That's fine. That's cool and dandy, but when we talk about in an NFL level, and that's what makes Mahomes that great, because he can do what Caleb Williams doing, but he's also more smarter. Here's
the thing, though. The way you described Caleb was the exact same way how I described Mahomes when I watched him in 2017. The exact same.
Hold on. We need to put you on trial. Wait, Mookie, we need to put you on trial. Hold up. Because you talk about, Mahomes is much more smart than that. Aren't you the same?
Mahomes was not the smart, intelligent quarterback out of college. No, he wasn't.
Yeah, but
wait, hold up, Donnie.
He was a gunswinging, thrower.
But Donnie, hold up. That's not the thing, Mookie. Aren't you the same one that would criticize Mahomes for not being able to read a defense?
No, I got on Mahomes because no. Hear what I'm saying?
Cool.
Past years, I mean, he couldn't read it, but he gotten better at doing, especially getting the weapons that he has, and also being more smarter, taking the underneath, reading coverage as well. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Mahomes gotten better at that. But the thing about Mahomes is that he had an Andy Reid. Mahomes, you gotta understand, Mahomes sat down for like a whole year and know the system, know the scheme, you know what I'm saying, and got better and more, familiar with the packages and with the stuff that they running. So it was new for came home for Mahomes up there in the head. I don't trust Caleb Williams' processing speed. I think that as a drop back quarterback, bro, he has some improvements on that aspect as well. People just sit there and glaze him because he can make all platform throw, and he has good arm talent as well. I'm talking about, bro, at an NFL level. Damn, a lot of people mad about Caleb Williams.
Patrick Mahomes had Andy Reid. If Mook really want to cook, it ain't that down on Caleb Williams. I don't trust his coaching staff to develop him as quick as they did with Patrick Mahomes. Andy
That's
Reid
what I'm saying. I don't trust him.
Andy Reid is a cheat code. He's a cheat code. He made Vic a pocket passer. Like, he's a cheat code. Caleb Williams ain't got that. You had to get out of the mud in Chicago because ain't no coaching staff over there going to train him the way train Andy Reid.
And then this is the thing too. Caleb Williams is 6'1". He's 6'1", bro. He don't have the prototypical size for the quarterback position, bro. He's 6'1". Hold on, he's 6'1" and has mechanical issues. Hold on. He's 6'1" and has mechanical. Hold on. Aaron Rodgers 6'3". He's 6'1". No, he's 6'3". And he has mechanical issues, right? He's 6'1", right? And the thing is that quarterback, it's going to be much, much harder for you to fix his mechanics especially from a quarterback coach, because he is very undersized. The reason why it was so much easier, the reason why it's so much, bro, I don't trust that. The reason why, hold on. I'm about to say a point because I know y'all Caleb Williams fanboys. But this is the thing, bro. The reason why it was so much easier to fix guys like Trevor Lawrence, fix guys like Justin Herbert mechanics, because it was taller. It was taller, bro.
You know what? As the draft nerd here,
all right. The thing is, I think the thing with Caleb Williams, like Discord, honestly, his flaws are being overblown. I think they are flaws, but I think it's being slightly overblown because, like, the reason why he holds the ball so long because it's an air raid system. They run deep routes, so he has to hold the ball long to throw deep passes too. The O line was kind of bad, so it's like he didn't have time. So like he
plays in a one read offense.
Yo, let him talk.
Is he elite? Is he this elite level processor like Andrew Luck? This, that, no, but his processing skills is bad. I think it's slightly overblown. And his mechanics, like if you've seen his pro day, his mechanics not bad. He actually improved his mechanics a lot too. So his mechanics aren't terrible. I don't think that needs a whole lot of work.
His mechanics is bad.
So I just want to know how he feels about Jaden.
If you look at the way that he holds the ball, hold on. If you look at the way that he holds the ball, bro, it's susceptible of getting loose sacks, strip sacks as well. He has to fix his mechanical.
I don't think he had a fun, but he never had a fumbling problem though.
And also he doesn't trust. He doesn't trust his offensive line enough, bro. When his first read is not there, he reverts to spin around in the pocket and then make these stupid off-platform throws, bro. We saw how he played against real elite defense, instead of that trash Pac-12 defense as well, right? We see how he played, and he just didn't perform well, bro.
How do you feel about Jaden Daniels?
There you go.
Mookie, can you tell me how you feel about Jaden Daniels, please?
Jaden Daniels. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't watched a lot of Jaden Daniels like that. But I do think that, I haven't watched a lot of Jaden Daniels. I really like that. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't really.
But aren't you an LSU fan?
Yeah, but I don't watch college football like that. You know what I'm saying? I just watched the film, and I watched Michael Penix. This is a couple days ago. Watch a film.
Oh, so how do you feel about Michael Penix since you watched him? How do you feel about
Michael Penix? I ain't gonna lie, this guy's a sleeper. But I think the reason why he's not, up there in the draft like that, because the injury issues, and you know what I'm saying, and so I think Michael Penix got a really, really good deep ball. I think the thing that he lacks to me is recognizing, the blitz and recognize things in the pre-snap. To me, I think that needs much more refinement as well. But I like his arm strength. I like his accuracy.
Did he just lag? That's
not. I also like Drake May's arm strength.
Baby, I apologize. The old jokes because all my.
Hold on, y'all hear me? As I'm there, y'all hear me?
You're back now, but you.
Yeah.
All right, bad. Yeah, I like his arm strength. I like his accuracy for the most part. And can he make all platform throws? No, but yeah, his mechanics is terrible.
No quarterback in this class has good mechanics.
Hey, Earl, up here.
No, you're just trying to cook the absolute fuck out of me about Michael Penix. Pardon my French. And here you are, dick sucking.
Whoa!
Wow.
PG, this is a family show.
You're watching on Santa Claus. But look, no, I sat there and said that Michael Penix doesn't come close to Drake May, because Drake May has better arm talent, makes all platform throws better than Michael Penix. And also, bro, he just have a higher ceiling than Michael Penix as well. But the thing about Michael Penix is that the pre-snap, he needs more refinement, and also his mechanic issues. His mechanic issues is freaking terrible, bro.
Okay, I'll be the one to say it because I'm the draft nerd here. Fixing mechanics is not as hard as people really think it is. I'm sorry, it's really not. Fixing mechanics is not that hard. Now, processing the field, that's a different story. But in terms of your footwork, in terms of getting a quicker release, using your hips right, that stuff is really not that hard to learn. You can teach that in like less than a year. I saw Trey Lance take a massive jump with his mechanics, which were it looked like he was a shortstop playing baseball when he was in college.
Hey, Trey Lance is not the right name, gang. Trey Lance.
You know what, Trey Lance. My point is, like, I've seen guys with terrible mechanics have better mechanics quickly, like Trey Lance, like Josh Allen. Mahomes' mechanics are still bad, but it doesn't matter because he's Mahomes. Like, it really just doesn't matter that much. Processing, yes, that's a different story. But the thing is, you know why he didn't trust his own line that much? Because his own line was terrible.
That's not true. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying.
I'm not
they
lying.
You're lying. Oh, we're not gonna just sit there and lie. They had.
I saw lot too.
Not last year, but the year before that. The year before that, he had a good offensive line and pass protection. He had a good offensive line and pass protection. At the end of the day, bro, he every time when they will hold up in pass blocking, when his first read is not there, he reversed and playing scramble backyard football and making these unnecessary platform throws. So my point is to sit there and say is that Caleb Williams, to me, in my opinion, he is overrated. He is overrated because at the end of the day, his mechanics is terrible. He can't read defense at a high level. His processing downfield is, to me, needs some refinement. The only thing he has for himself is, and that's the reason why people just overrate this guy, is his off-platform throws, his pocket presence, and his ability to throw.
And you think Drake May does all these things greatly?
So Drake May is much better arm talent. You know also, Drake May is like listening to him. Drake May is like 6'4". Drake May is 6'4", 200-something pounds. That has unbelievable arm talent. That can throw off platform, and also he's a really good runner, bro.
He still has hero ball issues. Like, are we serious?
Hold on, because I want to give other people who haven't had an opportunity to say something.
This dude cannot talk. He said Michael Penix is the best quarterback in this year draft. Shut up, bro. I don't want to hear you talk about.
Hey, well, I want to give. Hold up. I want to give an opportunity for people who haven't spoken yet to go. So, JJ, you just got here. You've been a little quiet. How do you feel? Because I don't know how we got to Caleb. We were talking about the Lions earlier. But
we were talking about the Bears.
We were talking about the Bears.
Oh, we were talking about the Bears. I'm sorry. We were talking about the Bears. So how do you feel the Bears will be going forward, whether they get Caleb, whether they trade back one spot and get Drake, which low-key, that wouldn't be a bad decision either. How do you feel about the Bears and their outlook with this team construct and whoever their rookie quarterback is?
I think this is very reasonable. I think they'll have like a top 13 offense in the NFL next season, no matter who their quarterback is between Drake or Caleb. Realistically, that team that they just put together, some serious work. Kenny and Lai, we aren't factoring that there could be regressions from Keenan Allen or any of the receiver carousel that we just witnessed go around in the NFL. But I'm not really banking on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking that what I see at face value, and at face value, they look really good. So I'm not gonna lie, whatever quarterback goes to that situation is walking to a really, really good offensive situation. And I think that Bears squad can really that NFC North is just they're gonna be fighting.
Are they winning the division? Are they second? Are they making the playoffs? What are they doing?
I don't want to say they're gonna win over the Lions because I still have a lot of belief in the Lions, and I still think the Lions I like that. I also was a Packers guy last year. I really like Jordan Love, and I really thought Jordan Love was going to be able to play very well, and he kind of proved that to be true towards the end of the season. So, I like I said, I think it's going to be a dogfight. I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up third, but they could end up third, be 9-8, and still make the playoffs too. So, in all seriousness and in all reality, they could range from literally first to third. I want to say. I'm gonna go off on the limb and say they go second. They end up second in the division. But
so you think the Packers take a step back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Donnie, what about you?
I mean, can the Bears make the playoffs? Absolutely. Like, I understand Caleb has those problems. I do. Trust me. Like, me and Hellfire have gone back and forth more times than I probably have fingers on my hands about Caleb and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, he does things and he has talent that no one else has. And most of the problems I have with him can be taught. That's why I like him so much, because most of his problems are something that you can teach. And we've seen guys learn this. Josh Allen learned this when he was developing as a passer. Lamar learned when he was developing as a passer. Like Mahomes, like when he was developing as a passer, he had these abilities that he could rely on. Caleb is the same way. You can hit that face, but he can do the same stuff. So no matter what, I still like this team going forward. Are they going to win the division year one? No, I don't think so. I think it's kind of unfair to put that on a rookie, no matter how good you are. I just think that's unfair to put all that pressure on a rookie. I still think the Lions are one of the best teams in the NFC, but if you tell me they're better than Green Bay, I can totally buy it, because I think that defense is better than Green Bay, or at least it has the trajectory to be better than Green Bay. I think the offense could be on par with them as well, especially when their weapons are so much better. So I like Chicago. Are they going to make the playoffs? Maybe, but it'd be as a wild card at best.
Can I ask y'all a question real quick about, because it's around Caleb winning rookies. Do you think, I think G Baby, you guys talked about in Gridiron, do you think that patience for rookie quarterbacks nowadays has lessened versus like back then, or defensive players? Because like a guy like Peyton Manning, like even other guys now, they become all-time greats. So like you've seen guys like we've seen Ryan Leaf, like he was a bust, but he lasted in the league for a long time. He was number 2 pick, and then there's other quarterbacks back in the early 2000s. I can't name them all, but Tegan,
you can answer that question.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just based off of what they're paying quarterbacks now and leading into the 5th-year option and how much cap space they're going to take. So you basically have that rookie year, maybe a sophomore year of like breathing room for them to build a roster around you with how much player movement there is. Mm-hmm. There's so much more ability to flip the script in 1 year, to flip your roster. And I mean, it's realistically the easiest it's ever going to be for that quarterback's career to build something around him before that 5th year and that extension kicks in. That's as simple as that. That's why like player movement and contracts is the primary reason why.
Dev,
and I want to see how much patience are we going to give these rookies.
Dev, the most valuable thing in the NFL right now is a rookie quarterback contract. I've said that time and time again, because if you hit on a quarterback, you already got, like, look at San Francisco. They tried Jimmy G, they tried all this, and they finally hit on Brock Purdy. They're giving him what, $800,000. Dude got a roommate. It's the perfect contract for them. And you want to maximize that amount of time, whether or not it's like Tegan said, you want to max, because it's never going to be this easy to get that much money around him, unless you listen to Bama and he wants Brock Purdy to take $35 million for some reason, because he was drafted in the 7th round. But also, like to say, because you're also not paying them anything, you see more teams like, okay, we gave you 3 years, it didn't work, let's go find somebody else. There's also that's how they feel. Like, for instance, like Daniel Jones, maybe because of how much work Brian Daboll put in that last year before they paid him. But I think if they were 100% honest with themselves, they should have said, we should just toss them. We take the heat from the fans. We tell Eli Manning, say no, and we go find another quarterback and we try again. Because now you're stuck paying him $40 million a year, and that's the floor. And every quarterback that comes after that too is like, I'm better than Daniel Jones. I'm not going to get paid less than him. So you just don't want to get. I think the bad side of paying that quarterback can be so bad that it's okay to just go again and keep trying till you hit it, because there's always going to be another quarterback out, and maybe this time you're going to hit. So it doesn't hurt that much either.
I got you, because like the reason why I asked that, because like, what do we expect to see Caleb Williams year one? So like, obviously, because like, do you want, even let's say he doesn't have a good year, do you hope to see flashes to like Bryce Young? He had a bad year, and I always believe you should just start to see have patience and see improvement. Like, what do y'all want to see from quarterbacks?
Well, I'll answer that only because I say it all the time. I felt like for a while I was the only one trying to tell y'all, yo, Bryce Young is not going to a great situation, so I don't need y'all to expect as much from him, because the situation he's going to is not conducive to winning. Even when CJ Stroud went to the Texans, I wasn't big on that situation either, but that was more so just because it's the Texans. Mm-hmm. Like, they rarely ever get quarterbacks right. So, and even though they got tanked, they really banked on year one, year two guys to carry that team, and that doesn't happen often. So when you look at the patience with quarterbacks, unfortunately, They can't afford that. And when you look at a Bryce Young, when you look at Bryce Young could have because who was their backup? Andy Dalton. Bryce Young could have sat behind him because they would have been in the same spot. They would have been in the same spot.
PUBG, baby.
They would have been in the exact same spot. Like, even though Jordan Love is kind of like the extreme because he was behind Rodgers and Rodgers just wasn't slowing down. Like, he just wasn't slowing down. Most of these quarterbacks, like, you can give them a year, but like the best quarterback in the league right now sat.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones, Josh Allen, rough start to his career. Herbert came off the rip balling, but you know how people look at him. Joe Burrow was slow start his rookie year, got hurt, and then basically pulled a 2019 LSU and went crazy his second year. Went to the bowl game, they just lost. And those are the elite guys right now. So it's kind of tough because
Mr. Herbert sat behind Tyrod Taylor. Remember that?
No, for a week though. It was like
hold on. You gotta understand.
I'm going with Tyrod first.
Yeah,
no.
You're right.
But you gotta understand, they didn't have no preseason games that year though, too. Like Justin Herbert couldn't even prove himself in the preseason. They say I'm this guy. That's why.
And that's a good point. But because you're seeing a lot of these guys, especially the first round quarterbacks, because all of them are hitting like that, it's kind of like right now. If a quarterback starting out can just be in the Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott tier, that's a win. Because you don't have to Brock Purdy right now is like
top 5.
I won't say top 5, but Brock Purdy is on a rookie contract, and they need to win next year because the second they pay him, the 49ers are not going to be this 49ers team we think because not everybody take a pay cuts. Brandon Ayuk finna be gone. Debo, I don't know what his contract like, but Debo, he gonna want his money. Mm-hmm. Kittle's gonna want his. Travis Kelce declining. George Kittle about to be the best tight end.
Nick Bosa, if he hasn't got paid yet.
I think Nick Bosa already got his extension, but there's gonna be.
He already did, yeah.
So when it comes to these quarterbacks, I'm under the assumption sitting a quarterback a year isn't the worst thing in the world, right? But I also understand, you got to kind of hurry it up because especially when quarterbacks get drafted to win now rosters. Because, you have your number 1 overall picks, but not everybody gets drafted to a number 1 overall.
True. Yeah, that's understandable.
And you think the Bears are a win now roster?
I think they're a compete. I think they're a compete for a playoff spot roster.
With the move that they've made.
They're not a win now, Mookie. They're not a win now roster. But they went 7-10 last year, and Justin Fields missed 4 games. They should be fighting for playoff contention. They're a team that should be competing for the playoffs.
They should be 7 wins, 7 division, knowing the generation.
No, they should improve.
Caleb has.
They should win. They should win more than 7 games.
8 to 8. I say 8 to 9. 8, 9.
I think they would be a 3-game improvement from. And
that's competing for the playoffs. That's exactly.
Yeah, but I also think the Packers going to be much better, and I also think the Lions going to be better as well.
No, that's fair. No, Mookie, that's fair.
It's a possibility that they're going to still be the 3rd best team in the division.
The Vikings, the Cardinals already said they wouldn't trade that 4th pick, and the Vikings will find a way to get a Daniels or something like that. Vikings might.
Wait, you think Drake May or Jalen Neal's going to drop though out of the top 3?
If Drake's dropping, Caleb needs to.
They can probably proposition themselves to get somebody else, or proposition themselves to trade for that 3rd pick, get that 4th or 3rd pick.
I think the Bears.
I believe Michael Penix is legit. I'm not gonna lie to you, I do, and I think that with Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, ain't too many niggas that can't play with them.
If you put Michael Penix on that team, they're gonna maximize him for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
But I just want Jason McCarthy. That's what they want.
So I'm actually glad we're talking about this. So
that is a starter, though.
Wait, could I ask one question real quick, though?
Yeah, what's up?
Hellfire. If Drake's falling out, why does Caleb have to fall out too?
Same issues.
No, you're not gonna miss out on the best quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck. You're not.
No, he's not the best quarterback.
Hellfire, you'll get fired. Hellfire, you'll get fired. You will get fired if you pass on.
He's not the best quarterback prospect, bro.
Yes, he is.
No,
yes,
he's
he literally is.
No, if him and Green Bay are having the same issues, then he's not.
Then Hellfire, go find a new job because you're getting fired. Then go find a new job because you're getting fired, Hellfire.
We've been talking about playoff expectations.
Fired.
We're talking about playoff expectations.
But Drake may have to be a complete bum though.
Yeah.
Seem like
I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying that. but it's clear Caleb has been number one for so long. Everybody and their mama is trying to find flaws with him now. The fact that I'm watching Dub say he don't like him because he paints his nails and he cried on the field because his team was not as good.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Like, come on, what are we doing?
Anywhere in dresses and stuff.
Who cares? Who cares? Is he throwing touchdowns?
Yeah, that's not my number one.
Who cares?
I guess, but he wasn't your number one before he did that. But anyways,
no, he was still doing it.
No, he was no. He was not your number one. He was not your number one before
He's
that.
not your number one because
that's crazy. But Mookie, let me ask you a question.
Hey man,
we're talking about.
They don't have long hair. They're not 6'5" and white. Mookie.
Hold on,
it's never Justin Herbert's fault, right, Mookie? It's never Justin Herbert's fault.
So Mookie, we're talking about playoff expectations with the Bears. Never his fault. Now, when Jim Harbaugh got hired to the Chargers, we assumed it's not Brandon Staley. There should be improvements. And then Keenan Allen got traded because he didn't want to take a pay cut. Obviously, I mean, Austin Eckler wasn't really nothing anyway, but he was better than the running backs they had. Greg Roman is your offensive coordinator. So what is your expectation for these Chargers coming in now that we kind of know what their team is looking like now? We're expecting the defense to be better because Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa are still there and Derwin James. But you just lost Keenan Allen. You don't have Mike Will. And Quentin Johnson was horrendous.
Was Quentin Johnson number one?
The expectation for the Chargers, is not to make the playoffs this year. You know what I'm saying? This team is not a playoff roster this year. Even though they got Jim, who is a way better coach than Herbert ever had this season. This is not a playoff roster. They lost their two best weapons on the offensive end. In Mike Will and Keenan Allen. Justin Herbert's wide receiver one is Quentin Johnson, a guy who's a complete bust, dropping so much accurate dots. That's your wide receiver one, and then you got Palmer. Then you got Palmer. You know what I'm saying, is your wide receiver two. Then you go get hold on, bro. Austin Eckler is gone. You go get Gus Edwards, who was Jamal Williams 2.0, who was really not a speedster. You know what I'm saying, running between the tackles. He's not that what the Chargers need if they want to be a run first offense. And then the defensive side of the ball. I mean, they still lacking cornerbacks. They still lacking linebackers as well. You know what I'm saying? Even though they still, re-signed Bosa and Khalil Mack, the injuries is also a major concern. Now, have they gotten better, with the coaching and also bringing in some defensive coordinators? Absolutely. But the thing is about the Chargers is that they lack talent, bro. Like, y'all keep on sitting there saying that, it's the scheme with the Chargers, it's the coaching with the Chargers. No, it's the talent as well. Like, you got to understand that talent on the defensive side of the ball is just overrated. It's not available, and they're just not good. They don't perform well when they play defense and stuff like that. So I have no expectations for the Chargers. The Chargers need to they need to draft a wide receiver in the first round. If they don't draft a wide receiver in the first round, if they don't draft, hold on, early. If they don't, hold on. Yeah, give me Malik Neighbors or Marvin Harrison. Give me Malik Neighbors because I think he's going to be a really I think he's top 10, top 5 potential. But like I said bro, they need a wide receiver in first round regardless, because at the end of the day, in the second round, you go get offensive line, you go get a cornerback, something that they lack on that team, a linebacker. This team is just not talented enough. But the fact that you have people, hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. The fact that people still have expectation that the Chargers need to still make the playoffs just proves that they look at Justin Herbert as the second best or the best quarterback in the NFL, because the fact of the matter that you expected him to carry a piss poor roster to the postseason, it just shows you that he has the highest expectation in the league. The fact that Justin Herbert in 21 carried took that team that was decimated with injuries, bad coaching. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen was in and out of the lineup, and he took that team to the postseason, right? And you expecting Justin Herbert took a way worse team in the 21-22 season to the postseason again. This proves to you that he is the best floor raising quarterback in the NFL. If you think
He's
not. Baby. No, hold on. We are giving Herbert the same expectations we are giving all the other top 5 quarterbacks. You just bend over backwards. We're giving the exact same expectations.
No. You don't give the same. Hold on, G baby. You don't give the same expectations to the same top 5 quarterbacks. No, you don't. No, you do not.
Yes, we do.
When you sit there, when you sit there and cry, go on the panel every single day and make excuses for Lamar Jackson and why he was continue to choke in the postseason, and you sit there and make excuses about his offensive line, and you sit there and make excuses about his offensive line. You sit there and make excuses for how bad his coaching is and how bad a Terrence Greg Roman is, right? And you sit there and say he don't have no offensive weapons, and you sit there and say that's the reason why he's not able to get over the hump in the postseason. But you stacking Justin Herbert with Greg Roman, with all you Lamar Jackson fans sit there and say that he's not this great offensive coordinator, right? And with terrible wide receiver weapons to make the postseason with that team and how bad they are defensively, you're being a hypocrite. Because at the end of the day, you look at Lamar as a
drafted, who's had better talent? Mookie, since they were drafted, who's had better talent? And go ahead and lie. Who's had better talent, Mookie? Who's had better talent? Who's had better offensive talent, Mookie? Go ahead and lie.
It's not, bro. You're not going to You make casual points. You're not going to
question, Mookie.
You're not. No. You're not. It's not about.
Answer the
question.
Who
has better defensive talent?
Mookie.
Who has better defensive talent?
Mookie, answer the question.
Who has better defensive talent? Lamar. Hold on. Lamar has better offensive talent. Hold on. Justin Herbert has better offensive. Hold on. Justin Herbert. Let me answer the question. Justin Herbert has better offensive. I'm about to answer. Hold on. Shut up. Let me answer the question. Justin Herbert has better offensive talent, but win games during deep postseason runs and throughout the totality in the regular season. It's great defenses. And Lamar Jackson, for the most part, has had a top 1, the top 2, the top 5 ranked defense in the NFL.
The one thing you want to say about Lamar, when he's healthy, his team is in the playoffs.
Because he has a great defense.
Stop it. How many times?
You got to understand. This is something that you don't understand about football. This is something that you don't understand about football. If you have you can still make the postseason with mediocre offensive weapons. And if you have the top 2, the top 3 ranked defense that can win you football games, that can hold opponents' offense to under their average, that will help you win games going to deep postseason runs.
Actually, I want to ask a question. And Random, you can answer first. But I just thought of a question. So what is it easier to do? Is it easier to make the playoffs with a good defense and a bad offense? Or is it easier to make the playoffs with a good offense and a bad defense?
It's easier to make it with a good. It's easier to make it with a bad offense and a good defense, because if you gotta understand, if you have an offense that is really, really good in short yard passing, they're good in running the football as well, and you have an elite defense that are holding opposing team offense to under their average, and their top 2 scoring defense, and they top 5 in yards, you're not giving up. You're not in shootouts most of the time. So Justin Herbert, throughout the start of his career, was in shootouts most of the time. He didn't have an elite running game, and he had to pass the ball more, because at the end of the day, their defense couldn't get stopped. So if I have a great defense that is great in stopping teams, that can put the ball into the opponent's offense hands more, that can allow them to put more points, that wins games. And that's something that Justin Herbert has never had.
No, let me say this then. For somebody who is on my right on this screen, who has repeatedly tried to push the propaganda that Justin Herbert is a top 5, the best quarterback in the league. You have repeatedly pushed that. You have pushed it to even the point we don't even need to talk about the other stuff that you lied about, and also trying to push Drake May to be the best quarterback prospect when I know you haven't watched a lick of college football. When you say that, we give him the same expectations we give Herbert. We give Burrow, Allen, Mahomes. We give them that exact same thing. Craziest part is biggest problem. No, yes, we do. Because you want to put him in that class, so he has the exact same.
You're not asking.
You are the only one.
That's a lie.
Person who continually gives that man excuses.
No. Hold on. Random. The thing that you're not understanding, as all those quarterbacks, hold on. Out of all those quarterbacks, bro, you're not asking those quarterbacks to outside the exception of Mahomes, but even Mahomes had better defenses than Justin Herbert. You're not asking them to carry a bottom 3 defense defense consistently in the playoffs and allowing them to win multiple games in the postseason. You're not allowing. You're not asking them to
find
do that.
a way.
Justin Herbert. Hold on. Justin Herbert. Hold on. Justin Herbert. Hold on. Let me say this. Justin Herbert is the. Hold on. Let me say this. Justin Herbert is the only quarterback that I know in the NFL is asked to carry a bottom 3 ranked defense in the postseason every year to the playoffs every year. He's the only quarterback that's asked to do that, bro.
Donnie, go ahead. Donnie, go ahead and go. Donnie,
okay, so there's a stat I'm going to throw out about Herbert that I found this out about 2 years ago. This was the season when they missed the playoffs by the skin of their teeth in that Raiders game. Okay. I've said this stat a few times on Trent's podcast. I don't think I've said it on Gridiron, so this is the stat. There's only been 2 teams since 1999, okay? There's only been 2 teams since 1999 to have a winning record despite being bottom 3 in points allowed, okay? The first team is, I would argue, the greatest offense ever assembled, the 2000 Showtime Rams. You know who the other team was? The 2021 Chargers. They are one of 2 teams since 1999 to have a winning record despite their defense being bottom 3 points allowed. No one's done that since the greatest show on turf. No one's done that since the greatest show on turf.
We were killing Mahomes for his horrible receiving core. He still found a way to get it done.
Because he hasn't killing Mahomes.
Wait. This is where I need to interject. We were not killing Mahomes for his receivers.
We were not killing Mahomes. Stop it.
We were not killing Mahomes for his receivers.
That Raiders
we were not doing that.
I would be honest.
Stop. I was watching Burrow win with the worst offensive line in football. We were watching him do that.
But his defense played good in the postseason.
I mean,
his defense,
his defense was playing a lot of time.
Mookie is making sense. Mookie is cooking.
But my point.
This is my problem. This is my problem.
But random, nobody was killing Mahomes, bro. We were sitting there saying, we were killing his receivers. But everybody sat there and said that Mahomes in the postseason is going to turn it up, and he did. He played great in the postseason. But what allowed the Chiefs to be a good team and to stay afloat is because they had a top 3 to top 4 ranked defense. Justin Herbert does not have a good defense. He's always had a bottom 3 ranked defense, bro. And it's not improving because the talent is just not good, bro.
When you're telling me that this guy is the best quarterback in football,
I never say he's the best quarterback.
You literally said it.
Oh, Mookie, you said it.
Literally said it 5 minutes ago.
I was saying that. Hold on.
Now I was saying that.
I was saying that to troll. I was saying that to troll. But honestly, I sat there and say that Mahomes is the best. But this is the thing that y'all are not understanding. Out of all the top 5 quarterbacks, they never had a worse defense than Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is going to, Justin Herbert is going to a situation this year who's even a way worse team than he took to the playoffs in 21 to 22 year, right? So, like I said there, said, as much as the coaching has improved, as much as they got a real good defensive coordinator from Michigan and mentors and stuff like that, right? I just don't think the talent is just that good enough defensively, bro. It's just not. It's just not good enough. They have no quarterback. They have no linebackers, bro. And at the end of the day, bro, they're gonna miss the postseason again, bro. And they ruined this nigga. They ruined this nigga career.
I do want to add on to Mookie's
point.
So
real quick, Bama, welcome. Glad you can make it. Can you talk or are you muted? I don't know. How do you feel? Okay. How do you feel? How do you feel about the Chargers? Because last time we had this convo, Keenan Allen was still on the team. He's gone now. They restructured Boza and Khalil Mack, but it's still looking a little rough over there on that roster wise. So what is your expectations for the Chargers now?
To me, it's looking promising. The reason why I say it's looking promising because I just know this might be the best receiver class in draft history, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But you got rid of all the older guys. Mike Will, injury prone. Keenan Allen was, he's route technician, but he getting towards the end of his career. He was starting to get hurt a lot. So you get rid of the older guys because you have a new a proven talent. You could say Justin Herbert is a proven talent in the NFL. You ain't got to say he's a proven quarterback, but his talent is proven. Like he's a top 5 proven talent. So you got that. So one thing you want to do, you want to capitalize while he's still young. So I'm going to get some newer, better weapons. What I feel is newer and better. So this is the draft to do it. Also, if you look at it from this standpoint, when Lamar Jackson won MVP with Greg Roman, he didn't have no crazy star-studded receivers either. So based off what their offense is going to do, they probably going to draft Blake Corum off the muscle. They're going to run the ball a lot to give Herbert some type of safety valve because you didn't have that with Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler was looking like he was running in fucking sand. So you didn't have that with Austin Eckler. So we're going to get a newer running back. And like I said, in this draft, so many receivers, like literally there's a lot of receivers. Like you can get you can get a Brendan Rice in this. If somebody like Brendan Rice or Javon Baker, Xavier Worthy, what's my boy Leggett? They over there in South Carolina. It's so many receivers that literally could just get gift wrapped to a Mahomes or Herbert that you really don't have to really. Dudes was old and injury prone. Like, no disrespect. Like I said, Keenan Allen, phenomenal route runner, had a solid career. But shit, bro, let's get real, bro. It's the NFL, not for long.
Bro, Bama. I listen. I respect what you're saying, dog, bro. But Keenan Allen,
earlier,
he is like that.
Yeah. Keenan Allen,
Puka show you can get a nigga in the 4th round and be the best receiver in the draft class.
I don't understand it, but the thing is that you moved off of Keenan Allen, and this is the thing. I'll be with you, Bama, if they got a great running back that can run between the tackles at a high level. Gus Edwards just not moving me, bro. He's mid, bro, to me, in my opinion.
But they're gonna draft one. They're gonna draft one.
You still not fucking with if they get Blake Corum?
Blake Corum,
he played with Harbaugh. He played with Harbaugh, so like it's familiar.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I would fuck with it, bro. But it's the thing. I think for that top 5 pick, you got to go get that generational talent wide receiver in Malik Neighbors.
I didn't even get Brock Bowers, in my opinion.
No, I don't. Brock Bowers, he don't have a higher.
Bro. I say get
Joe. Brock Bowers is also an H-back.
Hey, but wait, but you say Joe.
I want Malik Neighbors.
I think Joe Alt was going to be the pick until they traded Keenan Allen. I think if they would have kept Keenan Allen and Keenan Allen would have took the pay cut like they wanted him to, Joe Alt would have been a Charger, no questions asked. But because they got rid of Keenan, they have to go get whatever. I think
they got to get a top 5, bro. They got to get that receiver.
I think Rome should be the pick personally, but Neighbors ain't a bad one either.
You talking about
Rome? Yes, Rome Odunze.
I like Rome
because the reason why real quick, the reason why I say Rome is because I think Rome is in my opinion, I think he's a better route runner, and because Greg Roman is your OC, yes, I think he's a better route runner. Because Greg Roman is than Malik Neighbors.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
No.
Because Mookie, here's the thing, and I'm not saying
I like Rome vertical a bit. I like his side, bro. But Malik Neighbors route running and his separation ability.
Route tree.
Wait, Mookie.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Malik Neighbors is
potentially going to get limited to where he gets placed at first.
Yeah. I'm not saying Malik Neighbors isn't a good route runner. I just think Rome is better, and I think Rome. Okay, relax, visual combo, relax. I think Rome can, because the way they used Malik Neighbors, I don't know if Greg Roman is going to use him in the same way, and so therefore I don't think he's going to be used exactly to maximize Malik Neighbors' potential. Like I think Greg Roman might hold Neighbors back, where I feel like Rome. He won't, like, even with Greg Roman, I still think Rome can do things kind of on his own.
G baby, why you say that? Because everybody have this perception that Greg Roman offensive system and his scheme is going to be just like the Ravens, and
I don't think it's gonna be just like the Ravens, though. I'm saying with Malik Neighbors' skill set and what's it called, Rome's skill set. Like for example, if Malik Neighbors, I think would be better in like a Sean McVay type system than Rome would.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He plays in the slot.
I just want to say this. I want to say this, JJ. You can go. I want to say this, JJ. You can go, but I got a question for Donnie after you go, JJ. But I want to say this: Mookie, 49ers with Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick, the Buffalo Bills with granted it was a old boy that got hurt, got his lungs punctured.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor.
That was
before the lung puncture.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's who's the coordinator in Buffalo when he played.
Yep.
And you see that the Ravens went from, I believe, top 5 in passing offense before Roman got there, and this is with Joe Flacco now. And when he gets there, they go to a bottom 6 passing offense with Greg. So it's just Greg Roman's inability, because he's just there for run game and O-line support. That's really what Greg Roman game is. They even talked about it even.
Not to mention Jim Harbaugh is a run first guy.
Yeah, but when you heard, hold on, but
your head coach is already a run first guy. He's going to hire a guy who has the same mentality.
Here's the thing: when you heard what Greg Roman said when he took this Chargers job, he sat there and said, like, obviously, like the quarterbacks, I never had a gunslinger quarterback like I had with Justin Herbert, right? And he basically sat there and said that they're going to implement more passing, schemes, more passing concepts, and not the run first that he had with, Colin Kaepernick, what he had with, Lamar. You know what I'm saying?
He had the last
Yeah, but Andrew, hold on. But Andrew Luck, hold on. But this is the thing. This is the thing that you're not understanding. Andrew, you talking about college. There's a difference between college and NFL level, bro. Andrew Luck was not a gun. Hold on. Here Santa Claus. Here's what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm saying, right? I'm not saying that he didn't have a quarterback that can gunsling and throw the rock. But let's be honest, Andrew Luck was not gunslinger in college, bro. He was not a gunslinger in college. So he was a gunslinger in the NFL, right? So in the NFL level, I believe that goddamn Justin Herbert is still going to pass the football. Yeah, they're going to be more balanced, but I still think he's going to pass the football around 28 to 30 times. I do still think that, bro.
How does that even make sense when you got a head coach, right? Your head coach immediately comes to the organization. He's already a run-first guy. Was run first for 49ers, run first for Michigan, right? You hire a offensive coordinator who's run first. He's always been run first. Then you get rid of all your receivers, right? So if you think, I don't give a damn if it's wrong, that's just my rehearsing. I don't care if it's Rome. I don't care if it's league neighbors. If you think any one of them are going to come and be the damn near the only guy he's passing to, and he's still going to pass the ball 40, 35 times a game?
I didn't say, hold on. I didn't say he's going to pass the ball.
With no talent?
I didn't say he's going to pass the ball. I'm not saying Justin Herbert's going to pass the ball the same rate like he did before. I'm saying that he's still going to pass the ball, bro. It's not going to be. Y'all trying to make it seem like he's going to be a handoff merchant. He's not going to do that, bro.
Nah. He ain't gonna be no handoff merchant.
He's not going to be a handoff merchant.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I got to give Mookie credit because that nigga has so many bad. He right on with this one. In college, the reason why you can't use that Andrew Luck argument, because in college, they find players to fit their system versus in the NFL, I have to cater my system to fit the weapon now. Because once Andrew Luck showed he had all the tools in the NFL, there's no reason to make him run Spider 2 wild banana all day and make him hand the ball.
Then I got
this. That was just the way of Stanford. My question to Donnie is this, though. I just got one quick question. Everybody talking about Rome as receiver 1. I hear Neighbors as receiver 1. Is there a chance that with that 5th pick, they could get somebody like if they could get Maserati Marv? That's my question, because I'm seeing so many new receiver 1s day and night. You feel me? Because sometimes during that draft, people can get cute and do some dumb shit like that. I ain't gonna say it's dumb, but sometimes we're seeing in drafts where we think this guy's a for sure receiver 1, right? And the team does something, be like, nah, I feel like this guy fits my needs a little better. So here, Rome being a receiver 1. Sometimes I hear Neighbors being receiver 1. Hell, I didn't even heard Keon receiver 1. So is there a chance that the Chargers could get Maserati Marv? That's what I'm thinking. Because when I keep hearing all these receiver 1s,
most definitely.
I think the only way they do it, because I'm an Arizona fan, so I know my team pretty well.
They trade the pick.
What I will say is, out of all the top 3 receivers, Marvin fits Kyler the best because of the fact that what is Kyler so good at? I would argue almost no quarterback in the league is better than him at throwing those outside number balls, because he's had to done it his whole life, because he struggled over the middle because he's a smaller guy. So just like Russ in his prime, he has to target the outside and give those 50-50 balls. Once again, not many people do it better than him. And not many people are as good as Marvin in those situations that at least I've ever seen. Like, not many are. Maybe you could argue with Dunsey, but still, I think Marvin's probably a little bit better at that stuff. Dunsey's probably a little bit better over the middle, but that's not the point. Taking a different receiver, no, but how they can get him is if Arizona trades down, which I don't know if that's going to happen. You know, Minnesota, you know, they have pick 11, they have pick 23. Maybe they can trade up for a quarterback, but if I'm guessing at this second, I think it's more likely either New England trades down or the Chargers trade down, because I think with New England and the Chargers, they have more pressing immediate needs than a team like Arizona. Because like you look at Arizona, it's like, what's their big need that's like worthy of taking at that spot? It's receiver. Because right now the number one wide receiver is Michael Wilson. Like, not great. So, you know, they need a true one guy. But if I'm guessing, like, how could Marvin fall to 5? It's if Arizona trades down, which could happen, but I'd say it probably doesn't, but there's always a chance.
But my thing is this. It's everybody, all consensus is 1, 2, and 3 quarterbacks. 1, 2, and 3 is Williams, May, Daniel, right? Now you're sitting at the 4th pick. The Cardinals already want to get rid of the 4th pick. So if I'm the Chargers, if I think Marvin is the next Randy Moss type of guy, then guess what I'll do? I will trade you my 5th pick. I'll trade you a couple other picks to get him. And now I'm at the 4th pick, and Marvin's right there in my lap. They're only a pick away. They're not picking 15.
Man, this is why this draft stuff is crazy.
For pick 4.
Well,
you think the Cardinals wouldn't take that when they already publicly said, I want to get rid of this pick? We'll give you that.
Well, I don't know if they do.
We'll get your first round a couple years from now.
I don't know if they do want to
to piggyback off of that, that's what I thought. If Chicago was going to keep Fields, that's what they should do. Trade back one spot and then trade back again, because you're going to get a haul for that pick regardless. So, for example, let's say they trade with the Chargers. They go 4 to 5. They're in the same spot, right? They can literally trade that pick back with Minnesota. That Arizona at that point would have probably gotten at the very least 3 first-round picks in the next 2 years. 3 first at the very least. Like the 4th and the 5th are gonna go for all. You already trade back. You get 3 first-round picks, a couple seconds, and maybe a 4th somewhere, right? They're still in great position to get a difference maker at the skill position, right? And the Chargers, they get their guy. Justin Herbert and Martin Harrison, my God. I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
That's gonna be beautiful.
Like that would be
absolutely beautiful.
And then at that 5th spot, we talk about the Vikings. They already got a loaded skill room. Hey, even though you could say whether or not he should be or shouldn't be a first-round pick, I'm not gonna lie. Michael Penix throwing to them weapons after he just got through throwing the Roman and boys.
Come on.
That's crazy.
But G baby,
by the way,
he's not going that high, G baby.
Yeah. Come on, bro.
He should be higher.
You don't have to go that high, guys. They can get somebody else and then
G baby. You gotta understand, G baby. Michael Penix is going to one team only, bro. That's
he's not
the
going
Saints.
to New Orleans. I know he's not
yes,
going to New Orleans.
Yes, he is.
Because the Saints going to draft the old lineman, bro. The Saints need a replacement for Trevor Penning. They're going to draft.
What makes you guys so confident that he's going in the first round at all? Like, what? Why you guys?
I don't think he should, but it's a quarterback needy class. It's gonna happen.
The thing is, it's like there's so many red flags with Penix on why he shouldn't go in the first round, and there's not many mock drafts that didn't go.
You know how many red flags were with Zach Wilson? He went number 2
or 2.
Yeah, that was the
teams doing.
But G baby, that was the weakest quarterback draft in recent years.
Zach Wilson was in the same class as Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Mac Jones. And
that was weak.
As a good prospect.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, G baby. I ain't gonna lie. You know, me and you, we locked in twin with Trevor Lawrence. But if that nigga do not produce, boy, we gonna look back on that draft.
Hold on, that's hindsight. Hold on, that's hindsight though. But that's hindsight.
Hey, Bama, Dev is right though. Hindsight, sure, but coming out. Oh yeah. We thought that was a.
Bama, hell with that. If Calvin really go to where he go and get busy, I'm doubting him still. Like you didn't use this thing.
What if y'all red flags on Brock Bowers?
What the fuck is that noise?
He can't dress. That's his red flag. He can't dress. That's
arguing again.
He cannot be put on the end line. He has to be used like Aaron Hernandez was in New England. He's an H-back.
He can play
line up in the slot. He could be a fullback type. He can line up on the outside, but you cannot put Bowers on the end line.
Sam Laporta can play in line, so can Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers
not the same level of thing.
Brock Bowers literally can play in line. Brock Bowers can play in line.
What? No,
Brock Bowers can play in line. Bro, let's reel it back into let's reel it back into the Chargers.
Yes, Brock Bowers is an Aaron Hernandez style H-back. Yes.
Oh,
he can play in line. Yes, he can. He did it at Georgia for 3 years.
First of all, Hellfire, Aaron Hernandez was 6'1", 225 pounds. Like he was damn near built like
and Brock
two different
Bowers
people.
Plays like that. He still cannot play in line.
Brock Bowers is every bit of 6'5", 240. What are you talking about?
He's not 6'5". He's like 6'3".
As far as the run blocking aspect,
Brock Bowers 6'3".
Nah, he's like 6'3.5".
Never mind.
But yeah, he cannot play in line.
He's too small for the position for me.
Yes,
but I love his yak ability, bro. I love his yak ability. I love his hands.
So he's definitely.
Hey, Mook, how big are you, man? Because everybody too small.
First position. He's
I'm
excellent
6'3".
in the yak. He can obviously line up in the slot. He can line up on the outside, but he cannot get put on the in line in the next level.
Yes, he can.
I
think he can.
I wouldn't trust it.
I think he can. We underrate his blocking so much. Yes, he's an undersized guy, but he has good blocking technique. He has good.
Do y'all think he has George Kittle?
No, he's not George Kittle. He doesn't have to be George Kittle.
No, I don't want him. I don't want him then.
He's a better version of Sam Laporta.
Y'all sat there and said Kyle Pitts is the next Travis Kelce, and he looked like a complete bust.
Pitts was Megatron at tight end.
Well, Pitts also doesn't get. Okay, you know what, Mookie? You always defend Justin Herbert with all the stuff that he has to go through. Kyle Pitts is also going through a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, but hold on. But I also seen. Hold on, Donnie. The thing you gotta understand, bro, that even with him not having, him having inadequate schemes, and even him not having a great offensive coordinator, and also having terrible quarterbacks, like there's still wide receivers and tight ends still able to produce with bad situations, bro.
Like,
hold on. Let me ask you something. Because I'm about tired of y'all defending Kyle Pitts, bro. He's the biggest bust, bro. First of all, bro, y'all keep on sitting there saying he doesn't have. Y'all keep on saying that he has no quarterback. Y'all want to sit there and say he doesn't have a quarterback, right?
No, he doesn't.
Okay. Where's George Kittle quarterback?
Brock Purdy's better than Desmond Ridder.
No. He was still. George Kittle was still able to produce with trash Jimmy G. He was producing with trash Jimmy G.
Hold on. Mookie, I dare you to compare Shanahan to Arthur Smith. I dare you.
I'm not comparing, but I'm comparing. I'm comparing that they were still able to produce with trash quarterbacks. I got you. Who was a higher prospect coming out of college? Was it Chris Olave or was it goddamn Kyle Pitts?
Kyle Pitts.
Okay, so tell me. I'm in my bag, baby.
You're in no bag right now, bro. Your bag's empty right now, boy.
Tell me why Chris Olave with a trash Dennis Allen and freaking Pete Carmichael, and also having Andy Dalton under quarterback, was still able to produce. Right?
You're talking about a receiver versus a tight end. That's so
outside of his rookie year, he's been nothing about his career. He hasn't been healthy. He's been injured, right? If you look at film and how he don't even create separation on his routes like that, it's like he got freaking building blocks running with cleats and stuff like that. Running create separation and stuff like that. It's not mind-blowing. Like I said there and said, there's still quarterbacks and tight ends that's still able to produce without good quarterbacks. Why has he ever produced, bro? Why has he not been able to produce?
Okay, you know what? My turn now. It's my turn.
Let JJ get
I'm not gonna lie. This man Mookie's lying like crazy, bro.
Now it's
he's lying like then I'll
Donnie, go ahead.
Then receiver. You're comparing
I'm comparing because they use tight ends now as a receiver. So I'm comparing receivers in terrible situations where they don't have great quarterbacks and inadequate schemes are still able to produce. Garrett Wilson is producing with Zach Wilson and inadequate offensive play calling. So, like I said, why isn't Kyle Pitts outside of his rookie year? He hasn't performed to this generational prospect we've seen, bro. He hasn't, bro.
Mookie, you are talking about a number one option in a relatively pass-heavy offense compared to Kyle Pitts in a run-heavy scheme as the third option. Are you kidding me? You're kidding. There's no way you're serious.
Hey, Donnie, I hate to do it to you because you seem like a good guy that knows your stuff. But let me ask you something. Was the 49ers not a run-heavy offense, bro, with Kyle Shanahan? Yes or no?
Shanahan, Arthur Smith.
No. I'm asking you a question. Was they not a run-heavy offense with Kyle Shanahan? Yes or no?
They were. They absolutely were.
Okay. And George Kittle was still able to produce 1,300 yards and nearly 10 touchdowns as well, bro.
With Kyle Shanahan.
When you sit there, and they sat there and said Kyle Pitts is going to be better than George Kittle. He's going to be better than Travis Kelce coming out the draft. I haven't seen it outside his rookie year, bro.
Arthur Smith and Kyle Shanahan are so far apart. They're not even in the same universe. They're not even in the same galaxy. What are we talking about?
Bro, I'm just
never said Kyle Pitts was going to be better than George Kittle because George Kittle's the best tight end in football. But Kyle Pitts is still one of the best tight ends in football because of his skill set. What are we talking about?
Okay,
in a run-heavy offense as the third option. What are we talking about?
But I'm going to ask you something. The New Orleans Saints, right? They were not this pass-heavy offense like that, bro. They was not no pass-heavy offense. They was a balanced offense, bro. No, in the Chris Olave rookie year, they was not no pass-heavy offense. Chris Olave was still able to produce.
Comparing a wide receiver one to the third option on a different team.
Bro. What I'm saying is this is that y'all keep on annoying the fact that Kyle Pitts' career hasn't looked up to the par as the
okay. All right, Mookie, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Mookie, you gotta stop. All right, Mookie, in the last two seasons,
and I love Herbert with you, but how are you gonna make so many excuses for him but none for Kyle Pitts? And
hold on. I didn't make excuses for Justin Herbert not producing. Justin Herbert's still able to produce.
And Kyle Pitts is able to produce when he gets the chance. When he gets a chance to produce,
he had a chance.
You have to mute her, nigga. Use it. Mute these niggas.
Hold on. Hellfire and then Jay.
Go ahead. Hellfire, go. Then we'll get into these super chats because we got a good one.
Okay, got you. Go ahead, Hellfire.
Okay, so to answer the question, Kyle Pitts got misused as far as what position he should have played in. He showed what he had the capability to do right out the gate. Reason why he showed that, he was the best pass catcher in football in yards per route run when lining up on the outside as a rookie. That should have been the sign for Arthur Smith or whoever else is on the offensive side of the ball to come together and say that Kyle Pitts needs to be a straight wide receiver. That should have been the sign right there. But were they wanting to listen instead of being inept? No. Kyle Pitts being a wide receiver last year would have saved the Jonnu Smith discourse. That would have saved that in a heartbeat. Jonnu Smith still would have been able to do what he did. And Kyle Pitts could have had his own role. They could have had Pitts and London. And then if they really wanted to with that leverage, Ritter could have been good as gone. I wouldn't have let Ritter take a single snap. Now I'll let the Falcons fan take the floor.
Hey, bro, Mookie, bro. I don't know why you turn off your camera, bro, but you wilding. I'm just telling you that right now. One, you gonna act like in the last 2 seasons, with what Kyle Pitts has gone through, especially considering who his quarterbacks were in the last 2 seasons, that you could even compare what Chris Olave and him are going through. One, Chris Olave had a better quarterback. 2, Chris Olave is a wide receiver while Kyle Pitts is a tight end. So you cannot. That comparison does not work. The tight end and that Atlanta Falcons offense is not the focal point of our offense at the end of the day. In New Orleans, y'all have Chris Olave being the number 1 receiver over there. He's going to get the brunt of the targets no matter what, and that's a fact. No, you're not gonna do that.
He was not a wide receiver.
Yes, he was the wide receiver one.
No, it was still Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas did not play that much.
Yes, he did. He did play his start of the year. What are you talking about?
I don't care. He did not play the majority of that season.
Yeah, but they were still targeting Jarvis Landry, bro. They was
Chris Olave was the wide receiver one. We gonna get that out the way. It's done set. No, none of that. I'm not hearing none of that. Chris Olave was wide receiver one. On top of that, in Kyle Pitts the second season, he's playing as the only threat on that offense with next to what you want to say, Marcus Mariota, who can't even throw the ball with that unless he's throwing on the run. He's putting people in harm's way. You can clearly see what happened to Kyle Pitts when he finally started getting targets in that second season. That when he started getting targets from Marcus Mariota, he put him in harm's way. What happened to do? He got hurt. Then after that, he comes back with a lingering injury this season, playing with Desmond Ridder as his starting quarterback. Still, as the number two, as clearly the number 3 option in the offense, if you want to go by the logic of what we did, but the number 2 receiving option, and still wasn't getting the brunt of the targets to start the season. On top of that, having a lingering injury, and then still not being able to run routes the best he could. So Kyle Pitts was still not even at his best physical form. For you to disrespect him and not give him any credit for what's going on, especially considering the fact that he's hurt. He was hurt this past season. Didn't have the best, wasn't nowhere near in the best situation compared to other guys. You try comparing George Kittle to Kyle Pitts, and then George Kittle is literally with Kyle Shanahan, with Arthur freaking Smith. You got Saddam Hussein as your head coach, and Osama bin Laden is your quarterback, and you trying to give that as any credit. You trying to give that any credit at all?
But JJ, we got to
be able to provide context.
We got context when you watch Kyle Pitts play. When he is not getting the ball, he will definitely check out of the game.
Thank you. Also.
Yeah, but no one can hear you, bro.
He can't create separation. He can't beat defenders consistently, bro. You watch film on him, bro. He doesn't look good as a route runner and a guy that creates separation. Now, like I said,
what are you basing that off?
Wait. On that note, we're gonna do
what are you basing that off of?
Hold on, J-Baby, let me say this right quick.
Close this, and I gotta go to the super chats.
DeAndre Hopkins, right? Start of his career, he was still producing with terrible quarterbacks, right?
You're comparing a receiver to
we talking about a guy in Pitts who was drafted. Hold on. We're talking about a guy. Hold on. We talking about a guy.
No, I'm not hearing that. Move on, bro.
Let me say this.
Move on.
Let it go.
No one's hearing that, bro. No one's hearing that. Not a soul is hearing that, bro.
A guy that was drafted.
Not a soul is hearing that. Not a soul is hearing that. I promise you, no one's listening to that. No one's hearing that, bro. No one's hearing that.
Well, all right. So look, check me out. I'm gonna go with this one. Trent with the $10. I guess Mookie doesn't understand who Arthur bin Laden is. Prodigy with the $5. Who do y'all think the Dolphins should draft? I'm thinking receiver like Keon Worthy. Also, Vikings drafting May or JJ. Saints drafting Rattler.
Who should the Dolphins draft?
Yeah, so I'll leave this up there so y'all can see it on the screen. I
don't think the Dolphins should draft a receiver. I think they have way more things to worry about.
They don't need no receivers.
I think the number 1 target should 1000% be Jackson Powers Johnson, because they are losing every single starter in the interior that they had from week 1. Every single starting interior they had, they're losing all of them.
Christian Wilkes.
Yeah, I mean, like they're losing like everyone in that interior offensive line. Like, I think their tackles are okay. You know, you got Taron Armstead, Austin Jackson had his breakout year, and they gave him an extension and all that stuff. But Jackson Powers Johnson, like, I think he gets overrated by the media because some people say he's like the best center prospect ever. I don't think he is. I don't think he has like the upside of like Creed Humphrey or like Tyler Linderbaum, like, you know, all pro potential. But like, he's going to be a damn good player right away, and can't be mad about it. And the Dolphins need good offensive linemen, because as much as I do like to shit on Tua, because, you know, shitting on Tua is fun, like that interior offensive line last year when it was injured was an absolute mess after Connor Williams got hurt. And I think Jackson Powers Johnson would be great. Like, yeah, the receiver would be a fun pick, and like maybe you can take that in the 2nd or 3rd round, but you got to fix that O-line, dude. Or even D tackle, because you're losing Christian Wilkins.
All righty. From Prodigy, he sent 2 super chats. Shout out Prodigy again. From Herbert throwing 6K to now his team sucks, laughing emoji. I think that was directed at you, Mookie. And also he sent Herbert has Mac, Boza, and Derwin James. That was regarding our defensive conversation. Prodigy, however, he had those guys. That defense was horrendous, though. Like, I can't do nothing but keep it above. That defense was
talent. It's due to how the defense was schemed.
Yeah, Brandon Staley. Oh, shout out, drink more water. This just came in. We're gonna do that right now. Regarding the title of the show, no way is college coaching harder than NFL coaching. College is still way more talent based. There's the NFL where every team has talent. Also, the hashes are wider in college, so there's more space.
Drink more water.
Go ahead.
You're thinking about the logistics of it. It's not really about the logistics of college. The reason why I say coaching in college, and the reason why a lot of these college figureheads are leaving college to go coach in the NFL now, because the NIL, dude, like once upon a time, bro, if you had a third string, bro, you can develop him and he would sit and stay until he became a first string. Now where the NIL is, it's like them dudes is thinking like, why would I sit here and stay and be a third string when I can go get 50K over here or whatever the case may be? They seeing all of this money being dangled in their face every day. So now college football has became more transparent by default of the NFL. Like, yeah, like do a lot of people be like, oh yeah, Nick Saban can't stack no teams no more? Well, shit, nobody can stack teams no more. It's not just a Nick Saban problem. It's everybody who wants to have a good football team, because if you think about it, what makes a good football team is depth. Like your second string being almost a step just as good as your first string. That's what gives you the powerhouse argument. That's how you used to get Alabamas and the Ohio States and the Miamis of old. Like, think about it, guys. Miami has so many first rounders on their team, bro. Like I don't think y'all know the amount of first rounders they just had. And it was guys sitting behind guys. You don't get that no more because of the NIL. And now I got to go back to what Coach Lockley said. He literally said at Maryland, this is Maryland, University of Maryland. We know they third string ain't worth no 50K. He said his third string running back comes up in there because of this NIL stuff and say, hey, I need 50K, I'm leaving. Like, do y'all? I don't think y'all understand like how garbage college football has gotten because of that, dog. Like, literally a third string at Maryland. They went like 7-6, 6-6. Your third string coming out of the 6-6 season talking about something, I need 50K or I'm gone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So now in the NFL, right, JJ, if I sign y'all to my team, say I sign you to the Chargers, I can sign you to a 2-year deal. I can sign you to a 3-year deal. I can sign you to a 1. But now I know up front I have you for these X amount of years. Versus with college, it's an open bidding war regardless of in college. Even if I sign G Baby. The following year, even if you play G Baby, you could be a star for me, G Baby. If you want to come in and be like, hey, I know you gave me $150,000 in NIL this year. I need $250. I'm gone.
So Bama,
that's the real problem we have.
Bama, let's speak to the fact that in the NFL, you don't in college, they give you time to develop a system, to develop a culture. Nigga, you can get fired in your first season, halfway through the season in the NFL, dog. Like, so you get more time to develop, to scout, to develop, to create a culture. In the NFL, you got 2-3 years tops. And if you black, you be lucky to get a year and a half.
Right.
But what culture can I make now that kids feel like, hey, if I don't play straight out the back, bro, I'm leaving? Like, what culture can you build at this point?
Deion came to Colorado for 1 year and built the whole culture. Come on, bro. What are we talking about, bro?
Let's not say he built the culture, bro. They only won 3 games, bro. We was all Colorado.
And even with winning, and look at this. Even with winning 3 games, his job is so secure.
I was a Deion advocate. Ridiculous. I was a Deion advocate, and now we looking at this as a make or break year for Deion. You got your recruit. Like, everybody is looking at Deion. Like, you know that feeling we had, like, oh, we all behind you. We all locking arms, bro. Everybody not a suspect.
But everybody watching, Bama, everybody's watching Deion. Dog, we know you didn't have anything last year. We know you had to come into a situation where you had to make something happen. Now we're giving you the chance to really get some guys this year. Now, this year alone, have you seen the prospects and the 5 stars, the 4 stars that are transferring schools and coming from high school to
early? To your point, that's fine. But let's be real. If Deion only wins 6 games this year,
he's gonna get stuffy. But
all of the niggas that signed there, guess where they going?
He'll still get another year. Name an NFL coach who can win 3 games 1 year, 6 games the next year, and not get fined half.
You talking about the school giving him an opportunity? All of them kids that came in through that portal, they leaving through that portal. That's where football has gone. But nasty it is.
But Deion, you gotta understand, Deion is the culture, bro. So it's like everybody wants to go to Colorado because of Deion, bro. So I don't think even if they underachieved.
But a lot of people want to go.
No way you think coaching a grown ass man with family and bills.
Hold on, bro. The fact that
it's easier coaching the fucking kid,
Deion Sanders. Y'all expect the Deion Sanders to go undefeated next year. That's what y'all expect.
No, that's not what we're saying, Mookie. We're saying that in the world of college football now, they should make the CFP. But
12 teams.
In the world of college football, it's 12 teams.
And about to be 14. No, Bama, it's about to be 14 or 26.
So hold on. Let me ask y'all something because I'm not.
But wait, Mookie. But here's the thing, though. I'm saying in the world of college football, a lot of people now, it's kind of like third strings are getting paid. Like people are getting millions of dollars. So the way they feel, it's like, okay, yeah, Deion is the culture too. But when you go to Colorado now, because Deion's there, you also gonna get more national TV games. You're gonna get the opportunity to get more eyes looked at you, more opportunities for even like sponsorships, because people can use your names and stuff to make money off it. So you gonna get a cut of that. If you go to Deion, and let's say you want to be there for the culture, but let's say they underperform and you not playing. Sure, I'm gonna go get some money somewhere else. Like it's not with this NIL thing. Everybody, because what it used to be, honestly, almost everybody's goal, and I say almost because some people just do it because they have to. A lot of people's goals was to get to the league. I'm not saying that goal has changed, but now with NIL, some people know good and well they probably not making it to the league. So what they gonna do? They're gonna get as much money as they possibly can right now because the league is not guaranteed. Before, you couldn't get a dime unless you made it to the league. So there was more people willing to go. I want to go to a coach that's gonna mold me to get me there. Now, if I'm a 5-star recruit and I can go get $5 million from Maryland, and I know that's probably not best for me, but that's $5 million. Why wouldn't I?
Which makes it even harder. Watch this though, but that makes it even harder for the NFL, baby, because now you're in a situation where you got niggas coming in who've already seen paper, already seen the lifestyle, and now you got to deal with that dude. The dude that, now I can't entice you with money and things of that nature because you've been doing that. You got the Mikey Williams of basketball. Like, you got the guys who've already been seeing papers since they were 17, 18, 19 years old. So now I got to coach that grown-ass man who's now way gone. I've always was told, give me somebody who don't know nothing versus somebody who knows something only because I can teach them from scratch versus changing the nigga flaws.
Yeah, but the thing that y'all don't understand is that, there's players that want to come up and make money and stuff like that just to be how they just structured. But how is Colorado is going to achieve that feat that y'all expect them to do it? Have they recruited some 5-star recruits to fix that defense?
I mean, they've got some.
Have they got some great needle movers on the defensive side of the ball? What about the offensive line?
They definitely fixed the O-line. I'll say that.
Okay.
They definitely got some boys over there. So Mookie, they've gotten some pieces. Don't get me wrong, but my only point was if they don't do what they need to do, people gonna be like, I don't know.
Trent sent the super chat. Trent sent the super chat with the $5. Appreciate you, Trent. If Colorado wins 6 or 7 games, Deion on the hot seat in year 3, and I totally agree. I totally agree because listen here, a part of why we love Deion is a part of why he is going to be on the hot seat if he do not at least win 10 games. Fuck it. I ain't even gonna put the pressure.
He talk too much.
If he don't win 9 to 10 games this year, he's on the hot seat because he has sat and talked about this. Oh, let me get my recruiting. Let me do this. Let me do that. I got a few. I bought my luggage. It's Louis. Like all of that. Like so now we hear you. We understand. We ain't gave you a year. All right, it's cool. We scratched that off. But now you get another year of the portal because first off, his first year, he had more than enough time. He was there at the beginning of whatever that was. He was at the beginning. So he still had the portal. He still had off-season recruit. But no, we give you another year of that, bro, to paint this picture that you selling us, right? If he don't produce 9 to 10 win season right now, especially after making Shiloh come back, talking about Shea Dore, you finna play all 4 years. You gotta remember that he did all of this in the media now. If he do not win them 9 to 10 games, dog, he is on the hot seat. Like, bro,
I'm asking you because y'all putting all this expectation, and I understand he's Deion Sanders, but bro, does he have the roster?
Man, you know why I'm not trying
that can win 10 games, bro.
You know why I'm not trying to
Mookie.
You know why I'm not
trying to was already on fraud watch after year 1.
You know why I'm not trying to hit a roster? Willie Fritz in 1 year took Tulane, that was a 2-win team, to the Cotton Bowl. He did that in 1 season.
Yeah.
Like, he did that in 1 season. Let's not act like Lincoln Riley. USC was asked before Lincoln Riley got there. In 1 season, they brought in Lincoln Riley. They're in the Cotton Bowl.
Well, but that's the difference, though. Lincoln Riley is way more proven. Lincoln Riley is way more proven.
But Deion, but this
like,
the thing.
For example, Deion, when he first
I agree with that
situation, when he first stepped in the situation, I see what you were saying, Bama. But realistically, the only thing that's enticing me to go there is the fact that Deion Sanders is my head coach. What else is enticing me to go to Colorado? Like, there's not much.
NFL coaching staff. That's really what it
is. And even then, they just changed part of that staff again. So once again, there was nothing really enticing me. Deion really took a bunch of his players from his previous school, brought them up with him, and they had a couple other guys come in and then some recruits. But other than that, realistically, this is the year where he really has. Okay, well, now we had seen what Deion's done in a full year in the Division I. You know what I'm saying? In on the big stage. Now Deion got way more guys to come through because they believe in him and they believe in what he got to do. They know he's going to bring the culture, but they didn't know what he was going to do as a coach on the big stage. And they seen that, okay, well, he can handle a lot of certain situations on this big stage. So let's bring in some more guys. I think this season, I agree with you, will be definitely a make or break year, but mainly because he actually got way better guys coming in through this year than he did last year. Because now more people believe in what he has to do over there. That's all it really is.
My only pushback with that, JJ, right, is I felt like this. And Trent and G Baby will tell y'all, nigga, I was coming in crashing out about Colorado. Yeah. I thought they was finna go 11-1. I said they was finna play Alabama, all of that. But once I start, like, you gotta remember, JJ, I really put up the Oregon watching them. Like, I really put up to see these boys live. Like, I'm really like sipping the Kool-Aid hard. You feel me? One thing I saw though is like what you said. You brought up a valid point. Them coaches, like what you talk about, Lincoln Riley and them boys, they won 3-4 ball games because it was a few ball games. Stanford and Arizona is just the
USC too.
USC was coaching too.
You can say USC.
They should have beat USC.
USC jumped down them. The only reason
but they could have beat them though. They could have.
They jumped out fast though. USC jumped out on them fast.
About coaching, what happened? I'm talking about.
But Arizona and Stanford, dog, they lost that. That was solely off Deion. Arizona and Stanford, solely off Deion. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so that's why I say we really got the suspect scope on Deion right now because. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, get some more players, bro. But I'm looking at the players you had. Like, you was miscoaching them. Like they even had a few. What was that dude? Smoker. What was his name? Smoker. The running back, number 9. Anyway.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
You remember he put that post up there.
He transferred.
Yeah, he transferred because he said the team could have won more games, but everybody was playing for themselves. He said, said we basically just had a bunch of individuals on the team, and he said. Their record could have been a lot better if everybody would have played as a team than more individuals. So that's what I was speaking about from I feel like Deion gotta prove it's a reason why Florida State didn't want him to be the coach. Because you remember when he first came to college football, he said, he applied for the Florida State job. They said, hell no, you ain't got no track record of coaching. You ain't finna come up in here just coaching Trinity.
Bro, like, because I'm saying,
and that's why little instances like the Stanford and Arizona.
Yeah,
but that's why you have more faith in a guy like Lincoln, anyways, because at the end of the day, he's already proven that he could do that.
And so Trent brought up another good point. They had the number 6 offense in the country, and you fire your offensive coordinator.
Yeah, like.
And once you fire your offensive coordinator, what y'all started crying about?
Behavior right there.
And my thing is, people in the chat talking about if they win 6-7 games, that's a successful season.
No,
it's not.
That's never been a successful season anyway.
It's never been a successful.
What I said on Trent's show will really be coming to light. Then at that point, they only get 6-7 wins.
If they would have won 6-7 in year one,
by
all means,
yeah. But you going from 4 wins to 6 the next year when you're I saw people say success, Golly, but like even then, you got injury. Your transfer class. Yeah, they brought in some good ass transfers. Like, even if you can say it's an improvement, but it's not to where it's a needle mover. If they go from 4 wins to 6, by year 3, that hot seat starts to warm up.
Like, yeah, like it warms up, bro.
So
like,
look, bro, with the transfer that they brought in last year, we could say that was like a slight needle mover. But if we really want to get to it, we look at what that Colorado defense is looking like. At the end of the day, it still wasn't nothing that to be happy
this
about.
Season,
You know,
because they got guys now.
Yeah, and exactly. Their recruiting class.
Last year was just
their recruiting class. Their recruiting class and their transfer class was very solid in my opinion. So yeah, they're gonna have
There's
to.
a gap
really gonna be
between the regular recruiting class and their transfer class for this year, though. Like this year is hardly carried by that transfer.
And also too, and some people, and there's a lot of people last year. I'm saying Shador's top 3. I don't heard on this platform people say Shador got a better higher ceiling than Caleb Williams. So we better see something for Colorado this year. Like I ain't trying to hear no 6, 7. Like they should be fighting for. They should be fighting because we just did the Big 12 prediction on my show yesterday. And I was arguing with people, Colorado should be in the conference favorites. They should be in the picture to where by the end of the season, they're fighting for the Big 12 championship so they can get them pushed for the college football playoff. Like, I'm not, like, we done seen changes happen around with programs, bro. Just because it's Deion, we're not about to just sit here and wait. Like, we've seen programs.
I'm not with the whole waiting, but I definitely would say realistically, like last season was not a realistic standard for you to hold him to thinking he was going to get 10 plus wins. That was
just people being delusional. That was just
that was delusion. But even then, last season wasn't even a good standard for them to get 6 because of what Deion did with that roster, taking over 50 guys and telling them to kick rocks, and then expecting a swiftly fast rebuild from that to translate to a bunch of wins when the culture was already kind of at a standstill. That was kind of crazy.
My only problem was, nigga, not knowing the center who snaps your son,
that was crazy.
who's the cornerback, the ball's name is crazy, dog.
That's just some arrogant shit. But it's somebody. Drink more water had another question. Should Travis play both ways to that degree again, or should he choose? I say
hell no.
Play defense. Make them play defense. Use them on offense in certain situations.
Yeah, I was like, use them in certain situations.
Because first off, if that Stanford game didn't show you, my nigga, this is what I tell folks, man. That playing both ways is all fine and dandy, but my daddy taught me this, man. It's other guys on the other teams too, bro. Like I get it, you can run both ways. You probably is good at receiver. You probably is good at DB too, bro. But it's gonna come a point in time. You ain't gonna be able to do that all game, especially at the Division I level, bro. Because Trent will tell you, dog, he played with Tank Dell, bro. If it's a nigga out there playing both ways, and I'm a star receiver, bro, and I'm just playing just offense. There's no way I'm finna let a nigga playing offense and defense win every match.
Strap you up. That's crazy. You're
finna play both ways and win every rep on both. You crazy as hell. That's why I feel number 13. He took that shit off Travis' head. Nigga, give me that shit. Fuck that. Like, bro, you not finna play full time.
It's a different sense of pride right there. Whenever you going against, like, if I'm going against, let's say I'm going against Bama, right, and he at running back. Knowing that, you know, he gotta go through the hole or whatever. But I'm playing both O-line and D-line. And so you already know me. I'm already gassed from coming off the offense end. Now I'm on the defense end. I'm stopping you in the backfield. No, I don't feel some type of way. I'm sorry. I'll be mad. I'd be heading, bro. Boy, that junk get you tight.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't, like, all I'm saying is, bro, like, I get it. We all love Colorado. I'm rooting. I want to. I got guys from Houston that went to Colorado.
Yeah.
Go be with Deion. Like,
yeah.
I want them to succeed. But I'm like, if we don't see no big improvement, everybody's gonna start having questions about Deion. We're gonna start having questions about the program. Like they're gonna start having some questions, bro. Like that's what I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro.
You just don't want niggas to get lost over there because it has become almost Miami US. You got rappers over there. You got you
got Lil Wayne walking out with them in the game. You got
each week a new celebrity. Each week a new celebrity.
You got The Rock doing fucking game speeches in the halftime, trying to motivate the team. Like, come on, dog.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and they trying to, and like I say, at one point, Colorado used to be the shit back in the '90s. Lawrence Vickers and them boys, they actually used to be really good. But like, they having all the star power for 4 wins. Nah, my nigga. Like, you gotta see something, bro. You gotta see something.
They definitely got the it factor, but I mean, I believe that they can for real turn it around. It's not Shador sitting there back there having pressure within 1.2 seconds.
1.2 seconds, and he still was able to complete almost 70% of his passes on the season. Shador really is like the way he processes the game. You could tell he tutored by Brady. Anybody got any closing remarks? Because we got from the logo here in the next 3 minutes, so you know how they be over here on PC. I want to get them boys they diligent.
Make sure y'all pull up in an hour.
Yes.
In my channel, me and Bama talking to Michael Woods, Browns receiver. Go chop it up, VIP room. That's all I gotta say.
Michael Woods from where? Where you from?
He first played at Arkansas. His last year he was at OU when there was the whole Caleb Spencer Rattler situation going on. That shit was wild. So we probably gonna tap in with him about that shit.
Definitely tap in. Say less.
Bad.
That's all I gotta say.
JJ, I can't say enough, bro. Thank y'all boys pulling up. Everybody, I appreciate y'all boys early. Trent, Hellfire, bro. You always Mr. Reliable for me, Hellfire. You always be ready here to give them hell too. Appreciate you, dog. Until we see y'all next week, we out.
No.